Hello, and I'm Tina, and welcome to Lecture Academy. I do not know what's going on with my YouTube channel, but it's constantly uploading one particular video and it's saying that I'm live when I'm not live. And I apologize for that, you guys. I have no control over that. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I know halfway through the internet dropped. So, to say the least, I have no earthly idea why videos are constantly uploading and I'm not the one that's doing it. So, I don't know. But at any rate, so I was as simple as possible with, oh my goodness, I forgot to put on my lipstick. So, y'all gonna see my pale face today. But at any rate, um, I wanted, because one of my subscribers had asked me how they can utilize flashcards and use flashcards as their base or their foundation for school. So today, this video is going to be focusing on how you can utilize flashcards. Talking about tell a joke, peanut butter. And the Chick Academy. No, I'm not telling a joke. um, in order to make this video interactive, I have several different kinds of flashcards. Most of them came from Dollar Tree. Some of them I got for free. Some of them was gifts, and I bought these actually. The format that I use when I use flashcards is you need to think of flashcards in a different way. First of all, instead of using your flashcards as a supplement for your lessons, you use them as the foundation for your lesson or your assignment for your children. Instead of handing your children a book in the beginning, what you do is hand them a stack of flashcards, and then they use the flashcards, and then from there they find. See, you guys, I'm telling you, I am having a day. Am I still here? Oh my goodness alive. So I'm sorry, it just fell out. Ah, well, at any rate, use the flashcards. That's good old live TV. And I'm gonna keep this video because I'm not redoing it. um, so you use the flashcards as the foundation and the building point for what books you're gonna use. Instead of getting the books and then finding flashcards to go along with it, use the flashcards. So when I do this, because sometimes I have a child that has dyslexia, and mostly all children don't have a long attention span, so to speak. My kids do pretty good in that aspect. However, with my son, what kind of flashcards do you wish you had? I love any kind of flashcards. I don't have a personal preference to what type of flashcards I like. Hello, Barbara. I like just about every single flashcard because I feel like just about you can find some relevance in just about any flashcard. But let me show you how you can use these flashcards, various different subjects, and make it the base of your school. Say, for example, your child has to go to their grandparents' house, or you have to homeschool on the go, or you have a reluctant reader, a child that doesn't like to read that much, gets overwhelmed very easily, or very gets bored very easily. But they like pictures, they like flashcards, they like simplicity. This will be a great thing for them to do. You can use it with any flashcards, any subject. This is history. These are like history too, but it crosses into biographies in a way. This is science. This is animals. You can even use it for zoology. And these are biographies on different scientists. So let me give you an example. The 7 things that I do when I use flashcards as my foundation for a lesson. The first thing that I do is I use these 7 questions as my foundation for making a lesson. Say, for example, I have this card just to give you a visual example. Let's try Ida B. Wells for this. Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells, the first thing I ask myself is, first of all, I'm going to go over the 7 questions. The 7 questions is who, what, why, when, where, how, and how many. Are there a certain subject that you wish that you had of like science and arts? I wouldn't mind if I had some art flashcards. I don't have any art flashcards, and I don't. Oh, I'm answering the question from and the Czech Academy in case you guys was wondering. Asked me a question about flashcards. Art. I'm pretty much. Oh, Barbara want the questions again. I pretty much love any flashcards. So, Barbara, you first need to start off. It's 7 questions that I ask myself or I use in order to build my curriculum around flashcards. The 7 questions are who, what, why, when, where, how, and how many. Do you have it now, Barbara? You don't have to type yes, you can type why. Okay, yeah, great. So let me give you an example. Oh yeah, I don't know where I put my card. Let me show you how this works for absolutely any flashcard you may have. Oh well, I can't find the card that I had, so I'm going to use another one. Josephine Baker. The first question I asked myself was, who is Josephine Baker? So on the back of the card, it tells me a little bit about who she is. And I say, well, what did Josephine Baker do? Then the next thing, I do some research. I find out about that. When you use your research, when you do your research, you can use the internet. You can use different books on Black history because this is Black history. So you will have to use a Black history sort of type of book. Whatever kind of thing you want to use. And then I will also have them do copy work, copy exactly what's on this card. Then from this card, I would like for them to write down some things that they would like to know. The next thing I would do is go to the next question, which is why. Why is Josephine Baker relevant? Why? Why am I studying about Josephine Baker? That's another one. Then the next thing is when. Then I say, well, when was Josephine Baker alive? Or what made her famous and when did this happen? What period? When did this happen? And then I do where. I say, well, where was she born? Where was this located? Where can I find information about Josephine Baker? The next one is how. How relevant is Josephine Baker? How did she change the way we view things today? Different how questions. And then the next one is how many. I would say, well, how many lives did she change? How many things did she do in her lifetime? How many, and then you can just go on and on and on. That's history. That was super duper simple, super duper easy with those 7 questions of who, what, why, when, where, how, and how many. I'm going to show you how this method transcends with any subject flashcard that you have. Let me show you this one. Biographies. So, for instruction purposes, I'm going to pull out Andrew Jackson. Say, for example, you're studying about Andrew Jackson. You can find out who Andrew Jackson was, what he did, why he did it, if it explains it in the books. When did this take place? Where did most of his things take place at? How did he do what he did, or how did he accomplish whatever he did? And then next, how many things did he do in his life? How many, you can go into negative or positive things that he did in his life based on what you study. Then on the back, it has a short biography or a little summary about Andrew Jackson. So I will have the child actually copy this card just as it is, and then also write additional research that they found on Andrew Jackson. You can easily also transcend this and find a documentary on each particular person. Okay, so we have history, biographies. Now we have science. So how can I also use the same method with science? Simple flashcards. It's like a puzzle piece. I got this from Dollar Tree. You take them apart. You can put them together. You can mix them up, and the child can match the things together. You start off with saying who. If it doesn't relate, if one of the questions doesn't relate to what you're using, you just skip that question and go on to the next question. So you're like, well, who? Well, who is he? This is not a who. So you go on to what this is. Well, what this is an elephant. Then you say, well, why am I writing about an elephant? Little smart alecky kids say, because my mama told me to. But we say, well, why is this animal important? Why do we like elephants? Then you say, when? When was the first elephant discovered? Where? Where was the first elephant ever located? How? How many elephants are alive today? Or how many different types of elephants there are? And then how many? How many babies do an elephant have at one time? How many elephants are in a herd at one time? I mean, you can go on and on with just those 7 questions. If it don't apply, that certain question don't apply to your flashcard, you just skip and go on to the next flashcard. Again, same method. You have the child copy whatever's on the card, have them write a funny little story, a poem, or do additional research with this card. They can do online research or from the books, whichever one that you choose. They can even do both. So it's just so super duper easy to allow flashcards to be the foundation of the education. Instead of always running to a book to be your source, you can run to flashcards, which is super duper easy, and you can just homeschool on the go very, very easily, and the child will need little help, if very little help with you with this, if you need something that a child can do by themselves. And if you have enough time, you can actually pre-plan, hand them maybe 5 or 6 flashcards and let them research those. And if you have like a DVD on those 7 or those 5 or 6 things, they can watch those DVDs to go along with it. Do you often use one set of flashcards with multiple subjects? Yes. In my house, I use a lot of flashcards because I have visual learners. So, especially my son. So I use a lot of flashcards. I search high and low for flashcards. Like I even search online for free PDF printable flashcards. Sometimes I enlarge them to make them one sheet. I use flashcards for just about everything. I use them for spelling. I use them for just like with these, like Sweet Homeschool Mom, my sweet Barbara sent me these. Say for example, you don't have any of that, you just have vocabulary words. You can so easily have your child make this their language arts lesson or grammar lesson. Give them this card, tell them to write the words 3 times each, or tell them to write sentences with the words, tell them to do it in ABC order, which they're already in ABC order. You can also have them write a funny story or a funny poem using these words and make them make sense, well, as much sense as possible if they're doing a silly story. But they can do poetry with this. They can write stories. They can write a paragraph. You can even use these words to have them mix stuff up. You can say, instead of just making them write day, you can just put some Scrabble pieces in a little bowl and let them spell them out with Play-Doh. Spell them out with Scrabble pieces. You can easily take just about every single flashcard. You can do rhyming. Tell them rhyme or give the opposite of whatever the word is. If it's small, put short. It says, how many flashcards do you have? What kind are they? Ooh, that makes for another long video. I have language, spelling flashcards. I have science flashcards. These are biographies of different scientists in different fields in science. I have animal flashcards. And I have history and some geography flashcards. Um, I don't have any art flashcards. One time I was trying to buy some used. Oh, the signs are still available free. I don't know. These could be still available for free because I did receive these free from naturalenquirer.org. So check, because sometimes even if they're not free like this, they you can oh they are you can they have the PDF version. But Barbara, if you need one, I think I have another set here and I can send it to you. I think I have another free set. Do you need one, Barbara? I wasn't planning on doing a giveaway. Oh, you have some. Okay, well that's great. But if you didn't, I think I may have a free set. I might do that in another giveaway for somebody else. But if you needed it, I would have sent it to you. But anyway, so those are just several different ways in which you can use any old flashcards to build a curriculum around, to make a lesson, to make it more for a child that's a reluctant reader, for a child that just say for example you're sick and you can't teach like you want to teach that particular day or that particular week because you're under the weather. You can easily hand them these flashcards or whatever flashcards you have and make it a lesson. Yes, you can use them with Thinking Tree. Oh yes, I use flashcards with Thinking Tree all the time. Yeah, yeah. And the Check Academy talking about pick you. Pick you for what, girl? Talking about the flashcards. If I find them in the Check Academy, I will keep it for you. How about that? And when I send you your one box during the year, because Canada shipping is expensive, and I'll hold it and put it in there if I find another one. Okay. I forgot what Barbara asked me. Let's see. What did you ask me, Barbara? I forgot. Oh, use it with Thinking Tree. Yeah, you can use it with Thinking Tree. Like I have the creative writing notebook, and I use the flashcards alongside the Thinking Tree journal. I use them together. Like in different science, I think it's the science portfolio. It has a section inside of it. Either it's the science portfolio or it's the Minecraft science portfolio. It has a section in which they talk about scientists and do a biography. So I would just pull out I would pull out these biographies. Instead of pulling out a book, I would give them this to learn. They can pick whatever scientist they want to learn about, and it has quite a bit of information on it. And they will use that with their Thinking Tree. With their math, I have like 4th through 6th grade word problems, various different levels, various different things they talk about with math. Sometimes when they get to the math section, if they're having like a really so-so day with math or whatever like that, not with math, but I don't want to like overwhelm them too much based on, I watch how they're doing in the day to determine whether or not I should give an onslaught of all the math like I usually do, or should I digress and do something a little bit more fun or something that's a little bit more less stressful for them. So if I see that, I hand them the flashcards, their math flashcards, and I let them do their work inside the Thinking Tree journal, the part that's for math. And if I notice that that is even too much, any fun ideas to use the flashcards we have outgrown and no longer use. Um, I don't feel like anyone can like outgrow a flashcard. And I know that sounds a little strange because you go into the store and you see kindergarten, you see 1st through 3rd grade. I don't think that anyone grows out of them, so to speak. It's basically you got to widen your imagination, widen your perspective on the card. You can have a middle schooler and take a kindergarten flashcard and just adapt it and go to the moon with it. For example, you have ball. You're like, oh my goodness. Flashcard that says ball. That's kindergarten flashcard, sight words. Take ball. You can take ball and go from a whole nother avenue. You just need to think of it another way. You can look at all the different when was the ball invented? Who was the first person who invented the ball? What was the first game a ball was actually played in? How many different types of balls are they? I mean, do we have in the United States versus Canada or versus yes, you can use them in countries, you can use them in animals, you can use them with consumer. The list goes on and on and on. How, like, you can look up like the big name ball companies, how much revenue, which gonna break into math, how much revenue did that particular company make by producing the ball last year versus this year? I mean, so in my opinion, flashcards transcends age. Or I mean, I know a lot of people put age on it, but you can take a kindergarten card, first grade card, and adapt it to match the flashcards with it. Yep, Barbara had a great idea. You can actually take map flashcards and match it, or flashcards, and match it to that state or that country that it goes to. It's so many different ways. Shapes, color, letters, yes. And if you have letters, you can easily give your child the letter A. And you can say, well, give me every single word you know that starts with the letter A, either at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. Or if you want to get a little bit more tricky, you say, give me every single animal that you know that begins with the letter A. Or give me every single name that you know that begins with the letter A. Yeah, Barbara says foreign languages. You can say, give me all the different foreign languages. I mean, it's so many different ways in which you can personally use flashcards. We usually think of, oh yeah, you can use it for geometry too, because the circle or the ball is a circumference and equals pi, 3.14. 3.14. Yeah, that's pi. So you can easily transcend just about anything with flashcards, regardless of the age group that they put those flashcards in, and you can make a real solid real solid lesson and make it fun, and the kids are more likely to engage more when they don't see all these big books laying around and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, what, we just doing flashcards, okay. And so it's more fun. I even make a game show out of it. I give them a couple cards and I'm like, for 500 points, do anybody know this? I even make up my own Jeopardy game based on the flashcards. Use the flashcards as my game show host cards to go by, and ask the kids, and they have little buzzers and they buzzer in and they think it's fun. And even if they get the answer wrong, I usually then, after both children try, I usually then give them the correct answer. And so they're able to get the correct answer. And they're like, oh, okay, I know. And then I go over all the select flashcards that I have, and then I redo them and see that they really digest the information that was given. I knew they knew the ones that they knew, but what about the ones that they missed? So, and usually they remember because it's fun. So, I just want to hop on right quick down. One of my subscribers wanted to know how I use flashcards. How can you use flashcards? A great thing to do with Thinking Tree. It's a great thing to do on the go. It's a great thing to do when you just need a break and you still need the educational process to go on. You're sick or you have to work or something unexpected happens and it throws a monkey wrench in your day or your week, and you're trying to figure out how can I keep the educational process flowing. We are doing this tomorrow. Bob's telling me we're doing this tomorrow. So it just keeps the educational process flowing. It keeps it new and fresh. They're learning, but they don't realize how much they're getting into the learning process because it's fun. It's something outside the box. And it just seems like children just get more out of it. Like tomorrow, I'm going to be doing flashcards with my kids, various different ones. In various different subjects. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put me some in the basket. I'm like, listen, we finna do math. It's gonna be this flashcards. We're finna do history. Whichever ones they want to do, that's the ones that we're gonna do, and we're gonna make it a fun Friday tomorrow. So again, this is Tina from Lakeshore Academy. I hope I answer you guys' questions. And thank you for being so interactive. I absolutely love it. You guys have a great day. I may come back and do another video as well. I'm not too sure. This internet is acting crazy. It's showing that I'm live when I'm not live. So I apologize for that. But I just want to hop on and make sure I did this video, even if I couldn't do any more today based on my internet. But I hope this answered your question. You guys have a great rest of your day. And thank you for being my subscribers and tuning in with me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.